welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon Simpson and this is my home and where I run Sharon Simpson Studio from. So I'm an artist, I'm a designer and a photographer, and I have worked as a coach and a counsellor. I've done quite a few different things. And one of the things I want to bring to you and share with you today is that, first of all, welcome. One of the things that I want to bring and share with you today is a real strong idea that I have. For a number of years I felt really low, very kind of down on myself. I don't really want to dwell in that sort of part of the story for too long, because I did in real time, I felt like I dwelled in that part of the story for a very long time. But let me tell you some of the things that really helped me to change. Coaching helped, therapy helped, and also doing up my house and how I chose to design, decorate and style my home. So I know I want to do personal development, imagine that. I know I want to find things that are going to help me, feel better. I found the coaching, I found the counselling, but I never thought and I never looked into home and how I design, decorate and style my home. I never ever, up until recently, looked into that as even a possibility. I had a really bad skin condition, that's what it was. I had a really severe, chronic, long-lasting skin condition that I was told by the doctors that was incurable, that there was nothing I could do about it. And imagine it's all over my face, and it was just devastating. And it was devastating on a daily basis just because of how I looked, and it made me feel very down inside. But prior to even having a skin condition, I used to just feel down. I just used to, you know, when we just find reasons just to have a go at ourselves. That was me. I could find reasons just to have a go at myself. And then the skin flared up. And the skin flare-up lasted a long time. These two things kind of coincided. So finding a remedy, I won't say cure because you can't say that you cure stuff, but I found a remedy that helped me heal my skin, right? And that coincided with me understanding that how I design and decorate and style my home can have a direct impact upon my emotions and upon how I felt about myself. Before, it was not even a consideration. So how do you do that? How can you use your home to design, decorate and style your home? How can you use it in such a way that it is going to enhance your personal development? Well, I guess first of all, the thing would be to even think that it is a possibility. To even think that, yeah, you know, when I look around my house, my stuff is talking to me. What I choose to put on the walls, the soft furnishings that I choose, the colours that I choose in my home, all of these things are going to be talking to me. So that's the first thing that I want you to even consider. Everything around you is having a conversation with you. Just because it can't speak in words doesn't mean to say it's not talking to you. And it's either telling you something lovely or it's telling you something the opposite of lovely. So first of all, that's what I first want you to consider, is that your home is having a direct impact upon how you feel. So let me give you a little bit of my background. So I am an artist. It's a role I'm just starting to really embrace. I think over the years I've tried to fit myself into lots of different and say I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a this, I'm a that. But I like to do a lot of different things, and now all the different things that I enjoy doing come under the umbrella of interior design. So I'm an artist within interior design. I create beautiful artworks of flowers, unusual arrangements I call them, and I also design homes and spaces for people and help with concepts and help with ideas. Number two, I didn't really just say that, I did. Anyway, the second point to think about is that you can be intentional about what you do in your home. And what I mean by intentional is because, of course, you're going to say, well, whatever decision I make about how I decorate and style my home is intentional. But I mean intentional about thinking about how you want everything that you do in your home to make you feel. It's not just, oh, I'm going to have a pink sofa because I like a pink sofa. For me, this pink sofa makes me feel bold and brave because it's a pink sofa in a dark room and it's just something I've never done before. So you see what my point is? Intentionally, I chose this colour because it fit in with how I want to feel. I want to feel bold and I want to feel braver and I want to have courage. And having courage to go for pink when I could have just recovered, because we have this sofa recovered, I could have just recovered it in beige, and I didn't do that. I've got a beige one over there and I don't like it. So yeah, so that's the second thing, is to know that you can be intentional in order to change how you feel. The third thing that I'd like you to think about is to always be editing. Right, so what I mean by that is, so I mean I can always relate it back to myself, right? But what I mean by that is when one of our goals in the West is to own a property. We want to have our own bricks and mortar that we can call home, we can call ours. When that happens, and that is such an achievement now, it seems to be more a privilege than a right. So I do feel very, very privileged to live in the home that I do live in. When that happens, what we tend to do is fill that space with stuff. And I am a self-confessed stuff queen. And it's only as I've got older that I've started to edit and to strip things away out of my home and also out of my life that are really making a difference towards how I feel. So learning how to edit and say goodbye to things or move them around, or perhaps put them in storage if it's something that you really do love, put it away in storage until a more appropriate time, or just learning how to not have everything that you own on display. And the reason why I say that is because the more stuff there is, the less you can see. Yeah, that's it, full stop. The more stuff there is, the less you can see. So the fourth thing, my fourth suggestion for you here, is to have some life in your home. That could be as simple as having a plant that is alive, that's not dying. Because plants, if we think about my first point, plants are always talking to us and they tell us how they're feeling, don't they? They give us beautiful green, upright leaves and flowers, and they bloom, and that tells us that they're healthy, that they're happy, and that we are doing something right. We're looking after them, we're investing in them. And I think it's such a good metaphor, having a plant, having healthy plants, such a good metaphor for how we are treating ourselves as well. And my fifth and final point in using your home, how you design, decorate and style your home for your personal development, my fifth and final point is to, I'll write it down, to remember that it is a process if you're American. Just think about yourself and your personal development and your changes. They don't happen just like that, just because you read a book, just because you watch a video, just because you say you're trying to get yourself in shape. You've been for one run. That's not going to make a difference. It's the same with your home. What's really going to make a difference is understanding that it's a process. It's something that takes time. It's something that sometimes you might have to rely on resources rather than, what I mean by that is what you already have to hand, rather than buying and pulling in new things. Sometimes the resource that you will rely on is time. You know, do you have the time to change things? Do you have the time to paint a wall? Do you have the time to do those kind of things? Whether you're gutting it and starting again, whether you are simply shuffling around a bit of furniture to change the flow and the feel of a room, or you're decorating, or you're doing something, it is a process. And most processes have steps. They have steps that you follow. You start at A and you continue until you get to Z, for instance. So very quickly, I'm going to recap on these 5 things which I wrote down on my trusty iPad. So number 1 is your home, where you live, your surroundings are always talking to you. Number 2, and I did it again, get your head out of the gutter, come on. You can be intentional in your design, decorating and styling choices. So number 3 is to edit. Do not be afraid to edit your stuff, because we are consumers. We are accumulators of stuff, of things, of stuff and things. Oh yeah, so number 4 is to have some life. Have some life in your home, even if it's one healthy plant. And then the final thing, number 5, is to remember that it is a process. So be kind to yourself. This is what I want to share on this channel. I believe 100% that we can use our homes, how we design, decorate and style them, for our personal and self-development as part of a wider, what do you call it, like a wider, let's just say, encircling of activities and things that we do there, because my hands were doing circles, so I was thinking it was in circles. So yeah, so as part of the wider circle of activities that you do, that we do, that I do, in order to improve how we feel about ourselves. Thank you so much for joining or watching. If you watched it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.